goals is Peter Dacos, and he kicked the one before Paul Tuddenham. The lead now enjoyed Pies is 18 points after it was 6 points at half-time.
Another new ball out there as the ball was kicked out of the ground. The main scoreboard end. 8-11 played, 6-5. A vital few minutes coming up. That was a lovely goal to Collingwood. Good teamwork down the ground. Now will the umpire view this one? I think he'll bounce it. No, play on as Monkhurst tries to get it out of the centre. Kickett is in after it. Siska. Renstead off the ground, kicks it straight to Martin, and the umpire has, yes, he's paid the mark. I didn't think
actually, no, it was interesting. One umpire said play on, the other one paid the mark.
Exactly, Don.
Well, I was looking at the right umpire and I thought he hasn't paid it, but the other one paid it. So, well, it's a mark anyway to Martin. Martin to centre wing. Fisted away, down the ground it goes. Renstead's there, tries to tap it on. God, great play, Derek Kickett. Beautiful football, Kickett. Quick kick down towards the pocket. The series had a bad day. Tony Shaw's well on top there. Back it comes to centre wing. The loose ball is with Kerrison, tackled by Cracker. The quick kick back to Larkin, who had a great second quarter. Larkin's gone wide. He's found David Dwyer. The short one is on Kickett, a diving attempt, but a poor pass by Dwyer. That allows Krasiska to come on the right foot and find Dennis Banks. He can't hold on to the mark out on centre wing. And eventually the ball is forced over the line. There's Dennis Banks. Been around a long time. Lee Matthews would be very happy with his first few minutes of play in the third quarter. Monkhurst. Now, is that a free kick? Yes, against Monkhurst. It's going the way of Paul Bryce. Bryce from centre wing. Brings it across the ground, fairly up in front. Lost it. McCarthy's now is up on that half-forward line. Kicked away by Kerrison. Danger for North Melbourne, but Martin will lead in the race for it. He's lost it, though. To Tuddenham, Tuddenham to Mullane, Mullane short, good play to Bayliss. Yes, good play by the Magpies. You can't afford to fumble in modern day football, Don.
Just looking at Bayliss then, Peter, he's not a big player, but whether he's starting in front and giving the impression of being quick, but he certainly has led Longmire to quite a few balls. And today he's leading very quickly.
Mark Bayliss has already kicked one goal. He is only 30 metres out, almost directly in front. And that looks good. It's another one to the Magpies.
And it looks as though he's about to rejoin his teammates in the fray. Phil Cracker, Jim Cracker it is. And a short pass marked by Fairley in front of Morwood. Fairley from left centre wing. Not much on offer in North Melbourne's attacking zone. Knocked away by McGuan. Back to Morwood. Collingwood have the numbers again. This is Dacos. Back to Monkhurst, who ran into his teammate there. Tuddenham. A beautiful slap onto Renstead, who got caught pretty quickly. That was Brown, actually, that got caught. And the ball finally kicked out, but it's going to be a Collingwood free kick. It will be taken by Paul Hawke. Just short of the right half-forward flank. Gets around Ben Buckley. Manson at the back. Martin in front. Law, well tackled, and drops the ball. North, can they get clear? Don't want any more goals scored by Collingwood this quarter. Brown, well, marks and plays on quickly. Has a snapshot at goal. The ball past Bayliss, and it rolls through from behind. So a good quarter so far by Collingwood, and they've still got just on 16 minutes left in this term to build on their lead. North has the breeze in the final term. 9-12 to 6-5.
Kick it off for North Melbourne, and Ramiro has gone off holding that arm, injured right arm.
Michael Martin has battled very, very hard. Ackley has had a touch of the fumbles at times. Tried hard. Peter German, long kick up towards half forward. Tudor used his body beautifully to allow his teammate Larkin to come through. Back it comes to Tudor onto the left foot. Doesn't travel very far at all. And over the line.
Let's go down to Michael Roberts with some news on the injuries.
Yeah, Jose Ramiro replaced Derek Kickett, and as soon as he ran on, he had the stuffing knocked right out of him and suffering from slight concussion, and he's just nursing himself at the moment.
Morwood at half-back for Collingwood, shuffles it across to Murray Renstead, the former West Coast Eagle. Renstead to half-forward, punched away from Martin. He's on top of Manson there at half-back. John Law trying to tap it on. He's got it. Good play by Law. Quick kick. There's no one there for North, and Krasiska takes the mark. He sees a loose man out wide in Barwick. Phil Cracker. Now, is it a mark? No, the umpire didn't play it. Barwick appealing for the free kick. Players dive in on top of it to push in the back to Collingwood, straight into the middle of the back of Murray. Renstead went Ben Buckley. This is Renstead. Collingwood getting on top of the breeze. Renstead, a lovely looking kick. Longmire fist away. Now a chance for Collingwood as it's pushed on to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Barwick. Barwick at open goal, kicks. And it could be another kick. He missed the goal, but it's going to be another kick to Doug Barwick. And he's trying to remonstrate, and Rowan Saws saying, get back and have your kick. Doug Barwick from 20 metres. Well, no doubt about that. A push right in the centre of the back, so the umpire dead right. So 10 kicks and 5 handballs, Doug Barwick. Seems a pretty good player for Fitzroy to just let go. Barwick from 20 metres has popped it through for a goal.
And the runner, would you believe, has gone out to John Longmire. I wondered when he would run out there, because Longmire has given away 2 free kicks, and both have resulted in goals. The first was to Dacos, and this is the second. Rather indiscriminate free kick there, and another goal. And the runner was dispatched immediately from the bench and spoke to the fullback John Longmire, hoping he won't do it again.
Goal to Doug Barwick has made the difference now, 31 points, and it would be hard to see even at this stage North Melbourne getting back into it. They haven't scored in this quarter. Been a pretty poor effort so far. Buckley will need to get a rattle on shortly, as Collingwood still has about half the quarter left with the breeze. In fact, 13.5 minutes. So North needs some scoring, and quickly. Matthew Larkin, who was the catalyst in the second quarter to get them back into it, has been very quiet. Turner and turn back to Renstead. Renstead, the ball slews off the side of his boot. Oh, great mark by Dennis Banks, a one-hander. Banks at the left centre wing, centering kick. He's got Tuddenham as the target, who takes the mark in front of Martin. Still inside the centre square is Paul Tuddenham. He's gone out wide, right on the 50-metre mark is German. Gets grabbed from behind by Bayliss. Backup support from Mullane. Mullane short, Manson marks and can run in. This will be another one.
Well, there is an onslaught, and the onslaught being inflicted on North Melbourne by Collingwood, and they've got the run on Collingwood. How do you stop a run on? Well, firstly, North Melbourne have just got a man up all over the ground, play between their man and the ball, and they cannot allow these Collingwood fellows to get away. Otherwise, create a diversion, any type of diversion, just to stop this run. Maybe the old-fashioned way at Collingwood was to start a fight.
I'll turn it up.
And you then distract your opponent, and then you start to come back into the game.
37 points now the difference after Manson's goal, and still 12.5 minutes left with the breeze for this quarter for Collingwood, and they're really doing it well. This is Morwood now, hooks the ball back towards centre wing, thumped further forward by Buckley for North Melbourne, but Collingwood again at the form of the ball through Banks, and he nearly puts that out of bounds on the full, but it will be a throw in on centre wing. North Melbourne still to score in this third term. So whatever Lee Matthews said to his charges at half-time has certainly worked. Obviously long kicking's the order of the day. Possibly a few other things as well. Schwass, wobbly kick, only gets as far as Jamie Turner. And Turner's kick back towards centre field. Renstead's had a good third term. Propping in front for North Melbourne is Smith, who didn't come out with the ball. Again, it's a Collingwood ball. Through their skipper, Tony Shaw. Bayliss leading out well and marks right on 50. And with the breeze behind him, Peter, you'd know whether he could make it from there.
That was set up by Murray Renstead. Murray Renstead in the centre of the ground, butted up well and got a quick handball across to Tony Shaw, and Shaw picked the gap. It seemed to open up for him. North Melbourne fellows parted. And a great lead by Bayliss.
Well, he has led well today. Donny's kick too. Oh, he's off the side of the boot this time. Chance for someone to take a big mark. Manson is there juggling. Here's a chance for Tuddenham. He's put it through. 2 goals, and they need 3 or 4 quick goals, North Melbourne, or they might be right out of business. McCarthy, difficult to score goals at that end. Oh, that's a nice looking drop punt. I think he's floated it through for a goal. He has.
highest scorer in this third term. McCarthy got 2 of those goals in the second quarter after spectacular marks. And so far in the game, certainly statistically, is their only real forward. Ball up at midfield. Monkhurst, Larkin dispossessed by Renstead. Back to John Law. Kick is well smothered. That was by Dacos himself. Larkin put the body in, but has the ball socket away from him. Out towards left half forward, and Barwick, who kicks it into the pocket for Bayliss. And the grab is just inside the line. But as you can see in that shot, a pretty acute angle. Bayliss has kicked 2. It's the breeze, bring it back, and it brought it back pretty close to a major score, but only a minor one. And one behind to the Magpies. With just under 9 minutes left in the term, they've kicked 6 goals this quarter. In fact, 6 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 1 solitary goal. So North need better things. They wouldn't want too big a deficit going into the last quarter. Barwick has to punch the ball clear, which he does effectively from Larkin. Excellent smother down there from Barwick, who's having a good third term, and so too many of his teammates. So boundary throw in, part of the wettest section of Victoria Park. Tudor over to Schwass. Back to Tudor. The rookie goes goalward, but is very close to out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire says it is.
Interesting move there. Ackley going off and being replaced by Mark Lyle, the ruckman.
McGuan takes the free kick.
And Bryce has gone to the full back position. Longmire moved from that, and now Bryce is picking up Bayliss and Lyle into the ruck.
Krasiska and then Tudor, the kick getters. As the ball comes up to midfield, it's going to be a Collingwood free kick. I think we're in the back. It'll be taken down there by Gavin Krasiska again. Right on the edge of the square, Krasiska kicks it to the other side of it. No one can take the mark. Knocked further forward by Barwick again. And this is Mullane. Gets around Schwass. Centering kick, tries for Bayliss, couldn't find him. Martin tries to go through with the hand pass. Longmire's hand pass is effective. And North Melbourne through Smith. A long ball up to centre half forward.
Good kick too. Morwood took front position. It's tapped away. Krasiska ran into a brick wall. He's Ben Buckley trying to get his boot to ball. Umpire calls play on as Renstead comes out of the centre. Gavin Brown to Dacos. Oh, look at the way he shrugged that tackle. Dacos from 50 metres loses his boot as he kicks it. Bayliss the fly, and eventually it's tapped through. The boot nearly went as far as the ball.
Interesting, Bryce now on Bayliss. Bryce in front, whereas Longmire was caught behind all the time, and now Longmire is playing on the smaller Tuddenham, so that'll be an interesting matchup with Ackley off the ground.
Paul Bryce certainly gives 100%. Barwick is the flyer. Loose ball is with Mullane. Can he keep it in play? It's close to the line. He doesn't attempt to do so. We have just under 7 minutes of play left in this third quarter. Derek kick it off the ground again. Well, his opponent's had a couple of easy marks uncontested. That's why he's off. Manson, Renstead, Monkhurst. Oh, well done by Ross Smith. Over to Larkin. Good use of the body. Ramiro boots it off the ground. Straight to Morwood, is well on top of Fairley. Gavin Brown. Oh, well done. Over to Mullane, and a throw. The umpire right on the scene said he scooped that one up. Be a free kick to David Dwyer. Or is it David Dwyer, as Don Scott was telling me at half-time? Centre wing. Mullane. Soccer tactics, finds Morwood. Morwood will go inside with a hand pass. Tony Shaw. He's gone wide. Gavin Brown with an open goal. Touches it on the ground. Sprints in. Kicks. And I think he's hooked it slightly and through for a behind. He has. So, Don, if Collingwood had have kicked straight, they really could have sewn up this game by now.
Yes, I don't know whether it's a case. I'm actually pondering then, Peter, whether it's a case of North Melbourne's lack of ability, but gee, they haven't shown any desperation against Carlton last week, and also Collingwood today, the way Collingwood are running on in this third quarter.
Bryce has kicked to the half-back line, finds Schwass, in turn Dwyer. Short pass by that player, a little bit too short. Banks fumbles. German. Kerrison thumps the ball down. It's at centre wing. Collingwood again at the fall of the ball. Renstead, Kerrison once more onto Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw back to Krasiska. They're running in numbers, Collingwood. Here's Renstead once more, finds Barwick. Barwick's had a great third quarter and he can kick long. Look at that for a kick. Magnificent from Doug Barwick. And a goal.
Today's game is part of
minutes to memorise who was who, because after then